Greetings Pisces, my lovely, beautiful Pisces people. Welcome. We are here today to do a love and relationship reading for Pisces. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate your presence here today. For those of you Pisces returning, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you stopping by once again and getting your messages for love and relationships. All right, Pisces. This is a general reading. If you find that the messages in this reading are not resonating with your situation, do not panic. It just simply means you need to click on the subscription bell and mash the notifications so that when your message drops within the next couple of days, the one that resonates with you, you will be the first to know about it. All right, Pisces, let's get some messages on the board for love and relationships. Spirit, let's get some messages on the board for my lovely Pisces people. Let's give them what's coming for them in love and relationships. And let's also give them any warnings that they may need to have, if there are warnings. How about that? We'll start off, Pisces, with some oracle card messages, and then I'll be clarifying those messages with the tarot. All right, let's get down to it, Spirit. What do we have for our Pisces? All right, so our first message for Pisces comes by way of Transform with Raven, followed by Forest Bathing, and finally Seer. No surprise this came up for you. All right, let's get into our oracle card messages here. Transform with Raven. This message talks, Pisces, about you being able to utilize the intellect that the divine gives to you in order to think outside the box in your situation. Some of you will be facing situations with love that other people might look at and see it as a no-win situation. See it as something that they wouldn't even spend their time or waste their time in because they are unable to see how it's going to get them to the finish line that they're trying to get to with love and relationships, you know, depending on what their relationship goals are. And they also would see problems present with the person and the connection, right? And for you, this is a message that says you will need to kind of transform and adapt quickly to changing circumstances that are coming your way for those of you that are already in connections. And for those of you who are looking for someone new or looking to reconnect with someone from your past, it's about looking at the situation with different eyes, being available for love. You know, this heart that's here, I know it's not depicting a broken heart, it's simply part of the line drawing of this raven's wing, but this is telling me for those of you looking at a past person that your heart truly did break in the situation previously, and you've done a lot of healing, because if you look at how this line is drawn, it's not like the heart is broken open. It's like it broke and there's been some healing that brought it back together. So you're looking past I I apologize. My camera is acting really crazy. Now, this is my third time trying to carry forward with your message. So I do think there's probably someone here, or someone who does not want you to hear these messages, but we're going to carry on, Pisces. I am committed to getting them to you. All right. So, as I was saying, your heart's been healed. Now, this message is speaking about the fact that you are not open to the trickery, to the deception of the past. So, if dealing or trying to pull in a past person, this is saying they're going to have to approach you differently. You're not going to play the same games. They are going to have to show and prove who they are, because not only has your heart healed, but you've become wiser in the process. You now look at love differently. You now see things from different perspectives. You view love in a very outside the box way. And you will be able to discern through spirit messages carried by this bird, this raven. You will be able to discern what's true and what's not. And that's the same kind of message for any new person that enters your life. You're not going to be stuck in a situation where you're going to play this guessing game with this person. Do they love me? Don't they love me? He loves me not. She loves me not. I feel like that was a lot of what has gone on in the past for you in love, and you are wiser now. And you are not falling for the same kind of ish as you have fallen victim to in the past. With forest bathing, this is a message that speaks to the fact that part of the healing process that you did with your heartbreak was you got out and you reconnected intuitively. You reconnected to the divine. You made a commitment to yourself that going forward, you were going to use your intuition and feel out situations as well as look at them intellectually, okay? You made that strong commitment and you intend to keep it, all right? And that's a beautiful thing, because Pisces, you are very sensitive to your environment. You're insensitive to what's around you. And many of you are doing the work of beautifying your home and your physical environment around you, because you have now realized how much that impacts you. You will also be assessing like whomever you end up coming into connection with, or whatever new relationship starts with you, is what I'm trying to say. You are going to also, as you step into their physical environments for the first time, or the first time after a long time, you are going to really feel what's around them in a very strong way. So be prepared for those types of intuitive hits as you enter this person's home, apartment, wherever they're living, because it's going to tell you a lot of information about where they currently are, and you need to pay attention to that. This is a card of really staying in touch with the divine and the messages that are coming forth from the divine, which is phenomenal. So that's why I said it's no surprise that the seer card has stepped forward as a message, because that's actually what this is all about. Like, this is about someone looking past the surface of things and beyond the physical world. Someone who's able to tap into the hidden secrets. You will be able to see if this person is secretive with you, if they have things going on in the background that they don't want you to know about. And it's going to come through, like, you're going to feel it in your spirit. You're going to feel restless, and it's going to be something that, is really unexplainable. Like, you feel restless suddenly for no good reason when you're around this person, and it's going to tell you everything you need to know. It's going to help you avoid new people who are not good for you and settle upon a new person who is good for you. It's going to help you in connections where you're trying to reunite with a past person to know if they're being truthful with you, to know if they're being genuine and sincere, to know if they're really over the BS of the past that they were putting you through. And you are not going to stand for any mess. Like, you're going to honor what you feel and see. And I feel for many of you in the past, in a past connection, you ignored those things, even though the information was there. You ignored it and then regretted that very much later. And that's why you became more serious about honoring those messages that have come through from the divine. All right, so let's get into the tarot and clarify these messages. And as Spirit guides me to how much to shuffle here, I'm going to ask that you go ahead at this time. It's a good time. And go ahead and click the subscribe button for me. All right? Support me in my channel energetically. All of a sudden, Pisces, I got really hot. Like, I feel overheated for no good reason. And I know that has everything to do with the energy that's coming through here. And what I'm going to say is, some of you who are currently in connection with someone, you're feeling like suffocated. Okay, I don't know how many of you this will stand as a message for, but some of you are feeling a very overwhelming, suffocating feeling. You're with someone who is controlling, and your heart is tied up in this situation, and you're not sure how to change it. You're not sure how to make this person kind of back down and give you the space and time you need. Like, we all, yes, we want to be in connections where we have consistent access to the person, right? But at the same time, we still need time to actually do our own things and actually take care of ourselves, and then, refresh ourselves and come back to that person as the best version of ourselves. And this person seems to not get that memo. Like, they don't understand, or they do understand is what I'll say, but they're being controlling to the point where they are not allowing you that courtesy, that time, that space. And you're going to have to stand up for yourself in this situation, because otherwise it's going to cause, here's what I'm hearing directly. If you don't stand up for yourself in this situation, if you don't set boundaries in this situation, for those of you who this message applies to, what's going to end up happening is you're going to get into a situation that cannot continue forward. Like, you're going to start to feel the anxiety and stress to the point where you get sick from it, and you end up having to break this connection anyways. Okay? So it is better for you to step forward, no matter how difficult it feels, because it feels like the confrontational piece of that is more than you want to think about right now. And so what you're going to have to do is step forward in your own self-interest, set those boundaries, set the expectation. This is how much time you can expect to spend with me, and I do need this much time. Or I do need to be able to leave and go do a yoga class. I need to be able to go hang out with my friends just on a Friday night. Like, you need to set the boundaries of the time that you will have for yourself, as well as the time you will have in relation with that person. And you need to stand firm on those boundaries, or what will end up happening with the anxiety, with the stress, with the breakdown of the connection is you will actually hurt yourself. It's like I see something that almost doesn't make sense. I see someone breaking their own heart in a relationship, and that's what it will feel like for you as you go through it. All right, I know that was a message definitely for someone or some of you, because as soon as I finished getting that out, all that extra heat that I was feeling lifted off of me. So that was spirit letting me know that that was a warning for some of you out there. All right, so let's go ahead and finish and get this tarot out on the board. All right, so transform with Raven is being clarified by the Seven of Cups. So Pisces, you single Pisces that don't have anyone currently that you're in union with, what I'm seeing is you know, for the first time in a very long time, or for some of you, maybe the first time ever, you're really looking around and you're like, I have choices. I have a couple of people that I have my eye on. There are a couple of people that have their eye on me. I can mix it up a little. I can be delightful and single and enjoy that energy of the admiration of those that I am attracted to, and without having to go down the path of choosing one, at least in the short term. Okay, so this is an energy that is about just enjoying yourself and not taking love and attraction so damn seriously, right? For those of you who are in connection, you're dating someone, it's the energy of, there is, as you look around, you notice, and other people have made it known in some of your cases that they are interested in you. So there is that, you know, like, wow, okay, there's something over here. And so some of you are weighing that option against what you're currently involved in. And you're trying to see, because there may be some things about your current connection that are not fulfilling for you. And so you're trying to go back and forth in your mind and make a decision and decide if you want to end things and step into something new. And then there are some of you connected Pisces who are like, well, maybe I just want to engage a third party. No judgment here. It's your business. You're grown. I'm assuming you're grown. And, you know, just be aware in that particular instance that, Pisces, there's going to come a point, because I'm seeing this, where that particular situation will wind down, and the person that you are connected to will become aware of outside activity. Okay, and very specifically for some of you in that situation, I would see where that third party person actually does show up and has a confrontation with your person. So just know that if you do plan to engage, or if you're currently engaging a third party in your relationship, then there's going to come a time where that relationship's future will be on the chopping block. Like, your person will be deciding whether or not they're going to stay with you because of what they perceive as this betrayal. Okay? For those of you who are working to attract someone back into your life, someone from the past, what I'm seeing with the Seven of Cups is that as this person starts to look again in your direction, immediately other people will all of a sudden show up in your energy that are very attracted to you, that are flirting with you, that are expressing interest to you. And that is a sign that you are magnetically drawing back in your past person, because as you become magnetic and drawing them, other people around are going to be drawn to. A magnet is a magnet, right? You may set that magnet to draw in your past person, but other people are going to be magnetically attracted as well. So you can take that as a sign that whatever you're doing in your thoughts, in your energy, in your spiritual work to attract that person back in is starting to take effect for you. All right. This forest bathing message is being clarified by the King of Wands. And again, there will be someone, most definitely, and Spirit keeps saying 3 months. So within the next 3 months, there will be someone who will be in this King of Wands energy coming your way, Pisces. Now, this King of Wands can be male or female. All right. It's just the energy of the King of Wands. And I don't normally call out other, astrology signs because I don't get prompted by Spirit a lot to do that. But in this case, I am. So you may find that this person, this King of Wands person, is indeed a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. But this King of Wands energy is one of player energy. So this player, possibly a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius for many of you, is going to see your glow, Pisces, and they're going to be attracted to, they're going to look at you and see someone with a very gentle nature. Not, and for you male Pisces, that doesn't mean that you're weak. That simply means there's a gentleness about you that exudes without you even opening your mouth. And they're going to, yes, be physically attracted to you. And with the King of Wands type energy, that's what they are looking for, the physical attraction and the physical attraction only. And they're going to be attracted to you. But that gentleness, that gentle part of your nature is what is really going to intrigue them, because the way this King of Wands energy runs is they burn hot and fast, right? And they go after many people. They have many people that they engage sexually. And a lot of those individuals that they engage are kind of like in player energy as well. So there's a quickness, a hardness, a fastness, and not so much, the people they engage aren't so much looking per se for a heart-to-heart connection as much as they're looking at what this King of Wands energy has to offer them. So when they run up on you and you move very differently than what they're used to, and they really step back for a moment to look at you and absorb your energy and feel that gentle side of you, they're going to be intrigued, and they're going to do some chasing, male or female. They're going to do some chasing after you. And you, because you are so richly connected to the divine, you're going to pick up on this player energy almost immediately. You're going to recognize it. Some of you may do your best to avoid the person. Others of you may decide to engage because maybe you just want something physical for the moment. But just know that you really will have to protect your heart, because as you engage this person physically, you may start to develop feelings, but this person is going to stay squarely in player energy. All right. So that's something for you to know. with what is happening to come. It's a warning from Spirit. The seer energy is being clarified by the Nine of Wands in reverse. And the beautiful thing about this is because you are, excuse me, because you are starting, or many of you have been for some time, connecting so strongly with Spirit and the divine, and intuitively knowing and seeing and feeling things, and trusting the messages that come through. In fact, some of you would lay your life on the line over some of the things that the divine has revealed to you, because you know it's truth. I don't even have to question it if my intuition says it, right? And so your trust in that has allowed you to kind of lay down some of your burdens, lay down some of your pain and your hurt, and come out from behind all the little things that you used to do to protect yourself from others, right? And that's a beautiful thing. And Spirit wants you to continue that trusting relationship, because it is serving you well, and Spirit is there and wants you to know it's not going to let you down. As long as you're listening, as long as you're heeding the messages and the warnings, Spirit's got your back, and Spirit wants you to know that. All right, this is really a great reading so far, but let me use my clarifying deck here to get some additional messages, just so we don't leave anything out that Pisces needs to know. So Spirit, give us whatever else you have for my beautiful Pisces souls, so that they can move forward with all the knowledge they need here. All right. So we're going to clarify these messages here with the Page of Pentacles. And what this is saying here is, make sure as you look at some of these options we were talking about, that you remain very aware, Pisces, that a lot of the people, most of the people that you're going to meet, that you're going to get into these interactions with, that are attracted to you, they are far more immature than you spiritually. And they have, and they're going, the thing that is going to stand out about all of them across the board is the ones that are way more or way less mature than you spiritually, is they're going to have very little to offer. This page is young, immature energy, and the offer that it brings forward is little to nothing. So you're going to run into your fair share of breadcrumbers, and it's going to be up to you, Pisces, to cut these people off before you get too far down the breadcrumb trail. Okay? Once you start to notice it, once you start to see that in their actions, the inconsistency, the showing up one day and being gone 5 days, or texting one day and then when you respond, they don't respond to you for a day. You know, all that little breadcrumb stuff that they do to play these games to heighten your interest in them, or at least that's what they think they're doing. Once you start to see it, Spirit is telling you to cut it off. Don't feel like there's any shortage of individuals that you can connect with. So don't let the fear of loneliness and being alone stop you from cutting these breadcrumbers off, because Spirit is like, I've got options for you. Don't worry about that shit. Next, we're going to clarify these messages here with the Four of Wands. And so what this is speaking of with this Four of Wands is you being your own stability. Like, you know, this person's walking through the village. Normally on the Four of Wands, there are people, it's a wedding party, and it does talk about stability. But this person holds their own little stool, their own little chair, where they sit. It's very stable, made from wood. It's not going to let them down. They hold this, what is known as a parasol, to protect you from the sun. And they are able to take care of themselves very well. They're not relying on other people for stability, emotional stability, physical stability, financial stability. Spirit wants you to know you don't have to fall into the traps of a King of Wands who is going to offer you whatever they think they want to offer you just to get what they want from you physically. You can take care of yourself, and you see the little birdie up here. Spirit is there to guide you. These messages are coming forward very straightforwardly. It's almost a little jarring for me in this reading because usually spirits talking my ear off. They're saying what they're saying and then they're stopping. So to clarify these messages, we have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So yeah, again, Spirit is like, I said what I said. Your connection to the divine is paramount. We got your back. We got your back. We got your back, Pisces. And anxiety, all that stuff is out the window. You no longer will feel that. The more you trust in your intuitive hits, the more you trust in the information coming from the divine, the more you get back to nature and stay grounded, the better off you are in love and relationships. You will be led down the right path. You have no worries in that. Just make sure you listen. All right, Pisces, as straightforward as that is, that's what you get this time from Spirit. I do appreciate your time, your effort, your energy in being here. And please go ahead before you leave out and hit that subscribe button, mash that notification bell. And Pisces, I look forward to seeing you and experiencing your beautiful energy again soon. Until then, so long.